This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So last
Good morning.
good morning. So last week we seen right how to create a work items, and we also seen what are the differences between different work item types like epic, feature, product backlog item, task, right? Okay, and this is mimicking the real world, right? Okay, parent-child relationship. So and we said that whatever we have now in our bucket is called a product backlog, because we are using a Scrum methodology for the project management. Okay, so which is a part of your software development lifecycle where we're going to automate that. Okay, even this tracking it. So from this product backlog, which is a part of your Scrum methodology, so we are going to do a sprint planning. Okay, sprint planning is nothing but what features can be developed in this sprint, means in this 2 weeks duration. Sprint is nothing but 2 weeks. Okay, in this sprint, what features can be developed and who should work on it, and what's the effort estimation for each and every work item. Okay, this is the discussion that happens as part of your sprint planning, that and that happens on the first day of each and every sprint. Means you are starting sprint on Monday, then it happens on that day for 1 or 2 hours, that's it, and then people will go back, and the output of that sprint planning will be your sprint backlog. That means if you are having some 100 work items in your product backlog, then you may have some 10 work items in your sprint backlog, because it is based on your capacity of your resources. So we'll go here now. Let's go and do a sprint planning. For that, let me log into our DevOps portal, dev.azure.com. Okay, I already logged in, right? That's the reason it did not ask me user ID and password. So we are in our organization, online travel, and our application is online travel booking. Let's click on this. Now go to boards directly, items. Okay, so now nothing is planned. Now we're going to plan for it. Okay, and before that we need the teams. We already created the teams, and we need the sprints to be defined, means dates. Okay, sprint 1 2 3 4 5 6, they're already there, because 6 sprints will be created by default when you create a project. If you need more, you can go and create it, that we already done it. Okay, and we also set the dates as well for the sprints. Okay, now we can go and add the assign these tasks, or I would say assign these requirements to different people as part of your planning. And for that, you need the team members. I have added only one member to my teams. I just would like to add another member to any one of the teams, so that I can just distribute the tasks, between the people. Okay, so for that, how you can add a user? Go to your organization, click on the home button, and then go to the organization settings. Okay, now go to the users. So I have 2 people already. One is admin, another one is Pune SEC. And let me add one more person here. Okay. Any one of you can give your email ID. You can also access it if you want later. Can you type your email ID in the chat box? Okay. So just would like to inform that Gmail, I can add the user here, but you will not be able to access it, because as I told you, if it is individual email ID, then it has to be from the Microsoft. Otherwise, it has to be your business email ID. Okay. Me add this, and then basic level access. Okay. And then I want to add him to the online travel booking app. That's it. Now this guy, and he is a part of contributor. That means he can make some contribution in terms of additions or modification to the Azure Boards. Of course, the other items as well. So let's select contributors, and obviously now he will get an email. Okay, And I see one more person. Nawash, you given your company email ID. Please don't use it. Okay, I suggest you. Okay, so now I have an user. Let's go to your online travel. This is your organization. Let's go to the project and then go to the project settings. You know what we have to do? We added a member, but let him part of some specific team. That's what we need to do, right? Because once the resources are inside our team, what we do generally, we tell, oh, he is a developer, right? Let him part of this team. Because when you make them part of some team, then there will be a lead for them. Of course, that won't be specified here. Just I'm saying, okay. Now, I want to add that guy to probably some database. Okay, click on so you went to the database team and then click add. Now search for that guy. That's it. Now let me see. Database team is having 2 members and .NET team is having 2 members. I will add one more person so that it looks good when the boards will look good when I add people. Let me go and add one more user to the .NET team. Okay, anyone give your personal email ID so that I can add it. Okay. Let me add this user. Okay, and send him to this project. He will get an email invite to join this project. Okay. Good. Done. Now go to home. Go to your project. Now go to the project settings. Teams. Let him be part of .NET team. Okay. Click on this .NET team and add a member here. Search for Ravi. I think this is not the one. Let me pay. Done. Now let's do a planning. Go to the boards. So we'll start from the epic itself. Generally, epics will be assigned to some team leads because those are the parents, right? That contains a number of additional items. Okay, like features and then features, and then you have your product backlog item and tasks. Tasks are the leaf level one where a developer can take it and work on it because under a feature or epic you will have more than one, right? It can be 10 15 tasks or product backlog items as well. One person obviously cannot work on it, but a lead can take it, and the other tasks can be assigned to different people. Okay, just giving a real world scenarios. So what I do, let's go and open any one of the epic. So you see this home page, right? So you see the cron symbol. This is an epic. Let's open this landing page for the timing. So what will happen now? So whether it is a epic or product backlog item, whatever it is, everything is a work item, and the procedure will be same for the planning. And they will discuss about it. What is it? Who can work on it? What is it? For such kind of things will be discussed and will be updated here. Now what I do? So I open this epic. I will assign this landing page to Purna Ken. Okay. And then let it be new, and I want to keep this as part of, so area is the online travel booking app only. Okay, and you might see other areas as well because you are having your teams, right? So what you can put, this is at application level. I'll just keep like this. Okay, as I told you, this is for the reporting purpose, and the iteration I want this to be part of sprint 1. Okay, let it be like this. And now people will give some description. Okay, landing page. Yeah. So I'm not worried about it, and people give some rules how it should be developed, etc. So, for testing purposes. Okay, and what is the start date? I'll keep the start date as today, because as I told you, this planning happens only for 1 or 2 hours, maximum 2 hours, not more than that. And I want it to be, because it is a big item, right? Probably I will extend it to multiple sprints. Okay. And then priority, what is the high priority, whether it is high or low, etc. I'll keep it high priority. It doesn't matter for us. Okay. Effort is in terms of hours. So I would say you can keep some random number. I would say some 360 hours. Okay. Business value, again, it is defined by your project management team. You don't worry about it. One, criticality also one. And what is this? Is it related to the business, business related or architectural? I would say architectural. Okay. And then say simply save. Done. Now go back to the work items. Now go to the landing page related. You see already it is updated here. Purna K. It is a new. Now I go for the feature flight management. Open this. Again, the same thing. What I do, this person could be hands-on guy as well. Let him add this to Purnake, and it is saying new feature, and let it be part of sprint 1, because we are doing for the sprint 1, right? So we don't assign it to sprint 2. Okay. And some description. The start date will be, I'll keep it today, and end date, I'll keep it in the same sprint. So that means I'll keep it 24. Priority high. Effort for this, I would say some 80 hours. Okay, keep it 1, criticality 1, and then business value, architecture, means technical work basically. Okay, save. Now go back to the work items again. You see it. Now go for the what is it? Product backlog items. You see search for flights. This symbol, notepad symbol, is a product backlog item. You can see the tooltip as well. Let's open search for flights. And then now assign this one to probably what it is. See, if it doesn't come automatically in a auto population, right? You simply click on search button, then it will come. Okay. And now keep it in the sprint 1. You already discussed that, means okay. Now keep it priority 1, and for this effort keep it 40 hours, means 1 week generally 1. And then is this architectural work. Let's save this. So what you basically doing, you are distributing the work to different people. Search for flights. Okay, you have the tasks for that, right? UI design and then API development, etc. Let's go and open this task, and then assign this one to again this guy. Okay, and the sprint will be sprint 1, and you can change the area as well if you want. You can keep it in the database.net, whatever it is, but I don't mind now. We'll talk about it. I mean, during the reporting, we will see by changing all these things. Okay. Again, the priority. See, now if you come here in the task level, right, you are keeping the remaining work. And if you see the earlier task, right, there you are showing the effort. That means 40 hours, 100 hours, 80 hours, like this. But when you come to the task level, because when you complete all tasks in a feature, then you can mark your feature as a complete. When you complete all the development of all your features, then your epic will be completed, like that. That's the reason here it is a remaining work. Since you started today if it is a 40 hours, initially it will be 40 hours. Okay, but every day, once the work is done, the compulsion from the project manager is to update this remaining work. That means at the end of the day, the developer has to make it 32 hours because 8 hours per day, right? He has to make it 32 hours. That is a compulsion. If he doesn't do this one, there will be some reports which will not be generated properly because this is for the tracking purpose, right? Why we are using the tool? To track how the development is happening, whether they are on time or not. If they don't update these hours every day, then there won't be any tracking. So it will show same graph every day. Okay, that graphs you will see. So that you call it as a sprint burn down chart, etc. I will talk about it. First, let's do the planning. Remaining work is 40 hours because it is started. What is this task type? We can keep it under deployment, design, development, documentation, etc. So I'll say development work. Is it a blocked or not? No. So, during the meetings, if people come to know that there is some issue with this, then they keep it as a block. So it will be, highlighted item. Let's say this is under development item. Okay. And then do the same thing for other work items. So means other tasks in the under the product backlog, which is uh, search for flights. Now open DB development for search for flights, and then assign this to, let us say, Ravi. Search for it. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes Ravi. It's not at sometimes it takes some time. That's okay. Let it be. Let's make it sprint one, and then remaining for this also I'll keep 40 hours. Okay, and then make it a design. Okay, save. Go back, and then open other task, API development, and keep it Purna, okay, or I would say
Purna,
yeah.
can you
Yes,
try to refresh the page and can you try my name? Reloading the
Ravi,
page.
right?
Yeah,
Ravi,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
Just give me a second. Let me close this. 40 hours, or I would say 80 hours. For few activities, I'm giving some high number because I want to use it for some other tracking purposes later. Let's keep it in sprint one. Okay. Now go back. So we done all these features. Let's do one more thing, that is flights. Okay. Let me add Ravi. This is a API call. It doesn't read a page refresh because the moment you click on such, right, it is refreshing already inside. Okay, but this is a known thing. Sometimes I get it. Let me check mine. Purna ACC. See, I am having it. Probably this Outlook.com, whatever it is, might be a some problem. No, it's not coming actually. Outlook.com. The other ones are coming. Okay, we'll try it. Let me complete this one. Who else I have? Another person is Purna ACC, right? Search. Let's make it in the sprint one, and then priority is okay. Let's make it some 60 hours. Business value one, and then this is a architecture. Okay. Okay. Likewise, people will do the sprint planning. Okay. Once this is done, you can see the work items, and these are assigned, and the statuses are the state, right? State is nothing but status. Okay. For product backlog items, you see some different state, and then for a task, you see some to do, and at the same time, for the features, it is a new. Okay. So the states are different, little different, but it's an end of the day, by looking at the board, we can see whether it is happening or not yet started, etc. Okay. Now let's go to other view for this. So this is a work items view where you see a tabular format. Okay. Now let's go to the boards view. So this is a board view for your team. Okay. Boards are specific for team. Okay. Now you see online travel booking app team, and all the team items are specified in their team board. You call it as a Kanban board as well. Okay. And then you see Sahul, Purna, all these people are part of your online travel app. Okay, 2 people. And then let's open other team boards like API. I don't have anyone from the API team, and nothing is being assigned as well to them. That's why it is showing empty. And then let us say database team. Again, I don't have anyone. Now go to .NET. So this is backlog. So I don't have any, so it is showing the backlog items. If you change it to the features, okay. Now features, there should be something, right? I guess I added someone here, not the API. This is a place where I can check each and every team's features or backlogs team wise. So this change it to backlogs, change it to the features. These guys are Purna is part of this one, and the hotel. These are not assigned. Hotel management and cab management. We did not do it. That's why it is not showing anything. Okay. Okay. Let it be like this. Okay. There are two views. One is the features and backlog items, and another thing what you see here is analytics. For any team, the feature, the options are same. In the analytics, you will see the reports. One is a cumulative diagram, another one is a velocity. The good thing here is that you don't need to do anything. The moment you start, the team starts entering the efforts, remaining effort, right, every day at the task level, it will automatically get updated every day because we just started. Everything is showing 0. You see, average work in progress 0, average velocity 0. Okay, I will talk about it. What is a velocity, etc. Okay, uh, it is very important for the project manager. It's not for you, but let's cover it for 5-10 minutes. Not now, probably tomorrow. Now, everything is in the new state, right? If somebody has to start work on it, right, we have to start from the top. That is a good practice. Okay. For the feature, I want to ensure, I want to mark this task as in progress, means the development is started. So for that, what people can do, they can open the task from anywhere, open the requirement from anywhere, and then they can change the state drop down here from new to other things like in progress, done or removed. Okay. And then you can save it. That is one way. The other way is easiest way, drag and drop it. Okay. You can simply drag this feature from here to here. That's it. Then automatically your state is changed here. Now it is in the in progress. Okay. Similarly, go to the backlog view, backlog items, click on backlog items. Now I moved flight management feature, feature to the in progress, right? That means that the development is started or the implementation is started. So what I do, even I move this product backlog items to the in progress. Sorry, approved means people can start work on it. So for in progress features, it is in progress. For a product backlog items, it is approved. Means this product backlog item is approved to start the implementation. That's what we say. So let's move this book flights also here. So this is how you can update the status of your work items from the Kanban view. Okay, you can open it or you can simply drag and drop it. So this is a visual representation of the work items status. How many are in the approved state? How many are completed? How many are done? How many not yet started? That means a new state or a new phase. Okay, this is how you do it. Okay, and if you want to go back to
Purna,
these work items,
Purna, one
please.
question. Like in this board, we use only Kanban, or we are going to use any other
No, these are
dashboard?
the boards you have. These are the boards you have. Okay, you will not have any
Only
other board.
Kanban. Only
Kanban
Kanban
gives it.
board.
KNBAN. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
you don't have any other
Correct.
thing. So you generally see in the companies people attach the sticky notes, right, on the boards.
Yes,
They
yes.
write something and they do it
Yeah,
passionately for one sprint, probably for 1 or 2 days. After that, they lose it because it's very difficult to move the write on the
uh,
sticky note and move it every day, right? People don't do it because it's very tough,
yeah,
right? And this
yeah.
is
In
easy,
this case,
right? You don't need to write anything and you don't forget anything. Don't need to ask anyone.
yes,
Okay.
you're right. Yeah. Okay.
So, okay. This is how you move the status of, you change the status of each and every work item. Now go to the backlogs. So if you want to go to the work items view, that is nothing but backlog, right? Click on view as backlog. So it will toggle to the backlogs view. Sorry, this is a backlog. Toggle to the backlog view. But this backlogs, you see, guys, you need to get familiar with this one. Backlog items. You see here also, you see features are backlogs. The reason these are different representations. I mean, different visual representation of the same thing. But here also you see, here you see, this is a little different. There you see only visual representation in terms of what is a chords, right? Here you also see some other thing called planning. So we will come to this area very quickly. This planning tab will give you a lot of things. Okay. Now it is showing my product backlog items. If you want to see the features, again, toggle back to your features. I have only one feature which is in progress. Effort is 80 hours. Okay, go back to this backlog items. And let's explore what else you have it. Here also you have the analytics. Okay, of course it won't show because we haven't started anything. Go back to the backlog. And if you see here, these are the filters and there are view options here. You can see this track symbol, view options. Here you have a mapping off and planning. Let's say off. So the tab will be gone, but I need that one because this is very important one. Okay. So planning, and you see something is also given here. It also shows the parent of your current backlog items. It will also do some forecasting based on the intelligence. So forecasting means it will tell you how much work can be completed based on the current work. Based on how you are entering. Let us say the developers one day they will enter 4 hours as a remaining work. They work for 4 hours. One day they work for 8 hours. Like that they enter, right? So it has some intelligence based on the data what people enter. It will do some forecasting as well. I'm not now switching on that one. So you have the mapping. Which it will shows okay what these are mapped to. Okay. The other one is important one, planning. So this is the default view. We will come to this planning stuff within a minute. Within some time. Okay. Then you will understand what is the importance. What you see here is a sprint details. Sprint 1, this is a current sprint and it is scheduled from 13 to 24, 10 working days. And it is giving summary, right? 2 product backlog items and 3 tasks are planned in this sprint. Sprint 2 is defined, but nothing is scheduled yet. That's what it is saying. Okay. Now go to the sprints here. I'm just giving a quick look. So when you come to the sprints, here also you see a task board. Okay, this is a task board. Now I'll show you what is this. You see on the top here, in my product backlog, I done the sprint planning. Then I got a sprint backlog, means a subset of these requirements. And I also see a task board here on the top, to do, in progress, done, etc. Okay, this is what the task board, because this is for easy tracking. Now what it is showing on the top, you see again backlog, capacity, analytics, and this is a sprint one task board, and it is showing everybody's one. Guys, please don't change it. I know you guys are passionate. Let me explain it. Okay, and then here also you have options: work details, planning, off, etc. Currently it is off. You can keep it planning, then it will show the same thing what it is shown earlier, work details. Okay, here you see work details. Let's have a look at this. So now if you see, you have different sections, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the first section is a total work for the team. 160 hours is planned for your team. What is this team? Online travel booking app team. This is created when I created the project. Okay, so this team is having totally 160 hours, assigned, and you can categorize by the activity as well. Activity means when you are creating a task, right, assigning the task, you see a different activity types: development, deployment, design, architectural, etc. Those are the activities. It is also giving you a status by activity as well. It is showing deployment. For deployment activity, 40. Oh, sorry, I thought that was a development. I selected deployment. That's okay. For deployment activity, I assigned 40 hours, and for design activity, I assigned 120 hours. And who are the people working on those activities? One is Sahul, another one is Purna, and the other people assigned to the other sprint one. Okay, for Purna and Sahul, 80 hours, 80 hours. This is what this work details is showing. Okay, now you will see some changes once we start doing something. Okay, now what you see, somebody already moved the task UI design from to do to the in progress. That means this guy has started work on it. Okay, at the end of the day, he will make this number as a 32. People can directly make the change here as well. Okay, they don't need to open it. Okay, and on the left hand side, what you see is uh, product backlog items. Okay, and within the board you see is a task. Everything is a task here. You can add a new task from here as well. You see the plus symbols. Wherever you are creating that work item like task or anything, it will go to the same window. If you can open this, you create something like I would say design of, let's say, flight management. You can create a task like this. Okay, and then if you want to open, you open it. It will open the same window. So the bottom line is, wherever you find the link to create work items, it will go to the same, window. But only the difference, since you started creating the task in the sprint one board, iteration is already set to sprint one. That's the only difference. Okay. Now, what is uh, as an administrator or a project manager, what else you want to know? You want to know how to customize these things. What are those different customizations? Because this moving between different states is normal. Anyone can do it. Simply one area to another area, drag and drop. What is important is a customization, right? So what customization you can do? The first thing is, okay, first do a capacity planning. Okay, right now, what is a capacity planning? So you have a 5 people working in your team. Okay, means per day each person is let me open. Guys, don't worry, you may thinking that why this project planning, but I already explained these are part of your certification as well, and it will help you for your career as well. So it takes another 2 days to complete this, then we'll go to the repos. Okay, so now what is the capacity planning? So you have a couple of people, right? Let's say Rahul, Purna, and then Ravi, like this. Okay, now basically what is the total capacity per week? 40, right? and it is a 2 sprints, right? That means 2 weeks. That means again it will become 4. So total is 80, right? Total is 80 hours. But what if the person is off? This guy is off for 5 days. Okay. Let us say this guy is off for 5 days. Then his capacity will be obviously what happens? 40 hours only.
40 only.
But what happened? You already planned 80 hours for Sahul. Okay. But he is on off for 5 days. Okay. Just imagine if it is a small team, your project manager can track it from the Excel sheet or by memory, whatever it is. Okay. But imagine if the team is having 20 members, 30 members, or 100 members, it's quite possible, right? Okay. How do they track it? It's not possible, who is on vacation for how many days. It's not possible. Then because of that, what happens? People will realize in the mid of sprint development or something, and that burden will go to the some other people. End of the day, they may be able to do it or they may fail it because they may not have the bandwidth, right? To avoid these things, you can plan this uh, capacity, these vacations, etc., in the capacity planning tab. Okay, now what I say, Purnake, he is a admin. He's 0 days off. He is not taking any off in this sprint. You see the sprint here. This is a sprint 1 capacity plan. And what he can do, he can do the design. And how many hours per day he will work on the design? I would say 4 hours per day he will work on the design. So probably he's a multi-talented guy. He may work on other activities as well. If you want to do another thing, you can simply click on actions, add an activity. The same person. Now he can also do a design as well. Sorry, design already done. He can do the development as well, and that is 4 hours. Like this, he can mention what activities a person can do, how many hours are dedicated for that activity. Okay, let's do this. Now add another user from your team. Okay, who is that? Let's say this guy is a software is part of other team, right? But that's okay. Now this guy can do the deployment, and that is 8 hours per day. Okay, let's save this one. I really don't remember what task I assigned to him. I just randomly assigned the things here. Okay. Sahul can do deployment, and his complete work is 8 hours per day. Okay. That means if he's working for 40 hours, the entire week, 40 hours will go for the deployment only. Okay. That's how you can do some planning here. Team days off, you see, number of days off. Now I didn't do anything. Let's go to the task backlog. Sorry, task board, and go to this option. Click on the planning, work details. You see, when you go to the work details, now what it is happening? As far as the team concerned, everything is green, means the team can complete their work on time. That's what it is showing, 160 hours of 160 hours. And work by activity for the deployment, okay, for the deployment, basically it is planned 80 hours, 40 hours of 80 hours is planned. Because why it is showing 80? Because of the assigned work. It is in the green, means it can be completed. But when it comes to the design, okay, it is 120 of 40 hours. What it is showing, totally only 40 hours is available, but 120 is required. That's the reason it is green. Why it is showing? Let's go to the what is in the design activity. Okay, how many tasks are in the design activity? Let's go and figure it out. How do you do this? Because I want to do a root cause analysis why it is in the red. Now people, what they do, they go to the work items or the boards. They will try to open each and everything, which is the design activity. They will go like this, right? Okay, sorry, these are the product backlog items, right? Okay, you may see it in the, go to the work items, go to the tasks, they will go and check here. Okay, this activity UI design is a deployment activity. Okay, and then he will go back again open the another task. Again here they will go and check the, let me add, okay, this is recently added. Let me open another one, DB development. Again, these guys will check, oh, this is also design act. Like this, anyone, an admin or any specified resource has to open each and every task and see whether that is a design activity or a development activity or deployment activity, right? So I have 4 items. It took almost 2 minutes for me to open and see it. Imagine in a real world, right? You will have 4 or 5 people or 10 people, and they might have hundreds of tasks here, right? They cannot do it. It's very difficult to open and see what is, I mean, how many design activities are, means how many tasks are there in the design activity, how many tasks are there in the, you know, what do you say, development activity, deployment. How do you make it easier? Now, as a DevOps engineer admin, you will come into picture. Now you can show them the easiest way how to identify it. Okay, let's go to the sprints. This is where you see the tasks, right? So, and all these can be in a design activity, whatever it is. So the easiest way is always the visual representation, right? What if I can make these things color coded? Design tasks in some color, and what do you say, development tasks in some other color. If I make this in such a way, then it's easy to identify. I mean, whoever it is, whoever is tracking this one, their life will be easier. They don't need to open each and everything and see the activity type. So how do you do that? So that's where the customization comes into picture. Okay. So how do you customize? So obviously, whatever is a customization, you have to go to the settings. Go to the settings. You see this symbol. When you go to the settings, you have many things like about your board actually. Okay. Go to the styles. Add a new styling rule. I'll give some name, rule name something. Let us say design. And you can add some colors for the, what I'm saying, for this design activity, I want to show them in some yellow. Okay. And what is the rule for that? You can see the rule here. Let me try to make it bigger. The bottom one is not appearing clearly. Okay, let me test this. It is not showing completely. Styling tool. I added one more, so it is now it is showing me the first one. Okay. Now what I'm saying, in this field is I'm going to take field as a activity type. I think this is activity or activity type. Activity one. So we can see on the UI, right? The activity, there is activity. Yeah. If the activity equal to operator, you can see less than, doesn't contain, etc. Here I say equal to operator. If the activity is a design, then show that tile in your taskbar. Tile is what a card, what you see in the taskbar. Then show the tile in yellow color. That's what I'm saying. Activity equal to design, show that in yellow color. Okay. You have to give some name here. I clicked on that one. That's the reason it has gone off. Design one, I say. It is showing. I have this. Something went wrong there. Let me do it again because that UI is not appearing clearly. I just did something. Again, I'm coming here. Styles, styling rule. Your design. I did not save that one. Okay. Now click on the color, keep it in the yellow color. Let me, it is not showing styling rule. Activity value is design. This is not highlighted. Let me see if the logged in user is admin or not. Let me, is admin only, Hasura 86. The bottom one is not visible. Okay, styles. Okay, I will delete this rule after some time. Okay, now I understand. Design.
I think we need to change any other name, Purna, or only design only we need to give,
You
or
can give
even
any
one or
name.
some any.
This is just for your identification. You can give Purna also. There is nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
This is just for identification, right? Your role.
It's seeing that value is design, rule name is design, same things are there, but maybe it's a conflict. I thought that's where I'm
No,
thinking.
no, no. That's not the worry. I'm not getting this enabled. Save and close. You see, that's what I'm saying. Why it is not enabled? It is saying something is missing. You see here. You see this red mark. That means
Red.
something is missing. Okay. Maybe in the UI. Okay. Selected color. Okay. I already selected the color as well. And then selected this clause as well. Why this is not, and it is showing some symbol here. That means some item is
Is
missing.
there any
No, no, no,
just
wait,
two?
wait.
Is there?
Let me delete this. Okay, that's the reason. I clicked on another, it added another one. Okay, I selected this one, right? Let me do save one. There are two rules are there because of that UI is not appearing, right? That's the reason one item is saved, one item is configured completely, the other item is not configured. That's the reason it is not allowing me to save it. Now let me go and see this style. I have one rule, right? Purna. Okay, let me open and now let me show it here. Purna, and I selected this color. If I add one more styling rule, the bottom one may appear. Maybe this is because of my browser. Let me add one more rule. I don't save it. Okay, that's done. Okay, let me cancel it. I think this is my browser issue that UI is not visible. Okay. So the color will be like this. You see this preview for Purna rule. Yeah, this is a UI issue. I'm just trying to, yeah, I just reduced my resolution. Okay. I reduced my resolution. Now you can see completely. Purna, if the activity equal to design, then show that color in this color. That's what it is mentioned. Okay. And now you see these are all the design activities. So if there are 100 activities, still people can go and figure out, okay, these are all the design activities. 40 plus 80 is planned for the design activity. Now you understand, right? 40 plus 80 equal to 120. 120 of 40 hours. That means you actually have the 120 hours capacity for the design. You plan for it, but only people's availability is only 40 hours. You got my point? Okay. Now, what a person can take as either a project manager or someone, what they can do, they can try to allocate some other person to these activities. Okay. So right now, Purna and Sahul, right? They try to assign some other person to these tasks, or they will move it to some other sprint. Those are the two options they have. Okay. Now, what I do, this person, right? Purna K is a Hasura 86. Now you see this red, right? Now let's go back to the, what do you say, capacity. Instead of moving that to some other person, what happened? This now what I do, this design activity, Purna can do the design, right? I'll make it 8 hours per day. Okay, and I'll remove the next one, remove this activity. Now what I'm saying, hey Purna, don't do any other activities in this sprint. You only do design activity for the complete sprint. That's what I instructed as a manager or some other coordinator to this Purna K. Now save it. Go to dashboard. So this is a design, right? It has to be refreshed now. Design sprint 1. Design activity. Design activity. And this is assigned to Sahul. Okay. Okay. I'm just checking why this is not changing. Oh, 80 hours, right? Okay. Still 40 hours is pending. You see, I done the correct one only. Why this color is not changing? Purna and Sahul, two people are assigned for this design activities, right? Okay. Purna is now work for 80 hours, 40 hours per week. That means 80 hours for the entire sprint. Okay. That is okay. But still you have 120 hours. You have another 40 hours difference. You have to balance that one. And what you have to do then, you have to add another person to this design activity, or you need to change the way I change it, right? Now I will ask this guy, sorry, go to the capacity. I will ask Sahul, hey Sahul, don't do the deployment activity in this sprint. You also do the design for the complete sprint. That's what I'm telling him. Go and save it, dashboard. Now you see that. So these are the different permutations and combinations that any project manager or anyone who is managing your project can do. By looking at this work details section, they can see which one is properly planned, which one is not properly planned. Accordingly, they can change the activities of a person. You can ask them to do the design or deployment or whatever it is, or you can move it to the another sprint. That is the final option, or you can add a couple of more people to your team and assign that task to that person, so that you can balance them and it will become red, sorry, green. You understand what is the importance of this work details now?
Yes, I understood.
Yes, any doubt?
No.
Okay, so now it doesn't matter whether you have 100 people or 200 people. You can manage in a visualized manner, and this is how you can add your styling for the easy identification of the activity types of your requirements. Okay, now let us say go to the capacity. Let's go and let us say this guy is off for Purna K is off for 5 days. Okay, starting from 20 to 24. He is off for 5 days. So the person will update here itself. Okay, whoever is managing this one, go and save it. Now come to the task board. Now what happened? Again, you see, this guy is in red because 80 hours is allocated for him, but he is available only for 40 hours. And because he is not available for 1 week, the entire team is at the stake now, because 160 hours is planned, but only 120 hours of capacity is available with the people. It went, it went bad. Got it, guys? So how you can manage these things? So two things what you done now. One is a visual representation of your tasks in the task board, which comes under sprint planning, uh, sprint planning board or a sprint board. Yeah, sprint board. And the other one is how we can effectively track your progress of your teams using this work details where it is available. Once you come to the sprints tab, you are in the task board, and on the top right corner, you see this track symbol. It has to be on the work details option side pane. Okay. Okay. Now, what all you done is, you know how to create a product backlog items, a list of items, and you know how to add a users as it, because admin will be adding the users, not a project manager. You will added the organization level, you added the project level, and assign to the some teams. You already created the teams, you set up the sprints, and after that you help the management or whoever is tracking lead or whatever it is to effectively manage their task boards in terms of visualization for the easy identification without opening it. This is a time saving, and also you can help them to do the capacity planning from the capacity tab, and then you also help them to easily track the progress of their project, whether the project is in red or green, and it will also show you which part of development is in stake. That means is it design activities are affected or deployment activities are affected, and because of whom. You can see all those things from this single pane. This is a very big useful thing to your managers, and you are the person who do all this stuff. Okay. So I will pause for a minute and then we'll tell you some other things. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. This is one thing. And now, as an administrator, when you are working for a complex engagements, you will get a different requirements. Let us say, what is that? For each and every work item, you have this template, right? These are the templates, you see. Go and open any one of these tasks. When you open this task, this is a template, right? So assign to, and then some comments, state. This is a web UI, which is based on some template. Okay. And if you're working any complex engagement, people may ask you to add additional fields as well here, along with what you have. Let us say your project is having CI/CD pipeline. The typical thing they may ask, hey, can I have a build ID tracked here as well? Build ID. Build ID means your CI, every CI build, right? They will have an ID. They want to track here itself. Then what you have to do? You have to probably create a text box here and give and make it available to them so that people can enter the text box, build ID in the text box. Why it is useful? When the requirements is developed and went to the QA, means for testing, people will start testing and they will raise the bugs. Obviously those bugs will be raised here, but over a period of time, people do not know which build is having that problem. Means the bugs are raised, but what build? Because people will be giving a number of builds. They will give build every day as well, every 1 hour as well. So they want to track that build ID of that continuous integration pipeline as well. That's the reason they may ask you add another field in your web UI template. So this is your work. This is your task. So how do you do that for adding additional fields? You need to customize it. So you can customize these templates as well. Okay, wherever you are in this UI, right? And everything will be having the same options, be it epic or task or product backlog item. On the top right hand corner, you see actions, and then you see a lot of things here. And I'll go to customize option. click on customize. Okay, so basically when you click on the customize, where he is taking to, this UI is taking to the organization settings. Under organization settings, you have the boards. Under that, you have process. So that will take you here. And we already seen this users and projects page, and building auditing are for the building purposes. Now we are seeing this process as well. Okay, what is this process? You can see the breadcrumb here as well. Online travel organization settings process. This is the process that represents your Scrum methodology. So when you created a project, you selected Scrum methodology, right? That Scrum methodology is having templates for your project management. In other words, your requirements management. Okay. Each and every work item is having a template. You see, first you see the detail section is having the description and priority, remaining work, activity. By looking at remaining work, that means you can say this is a task template. Okay. Here also you can see task. Now, if I want to add another field here, I can do that. Okay. So today I'll just give you high level view. Tomorrow I will go and add the different items, and there will be some additional customization can be done, which is advanced level. Okay. Now, what you see, this is a layout, what you see here, and you can see the different states are nothing but your process types. You see, in the drop down, you see to do, in progress, done. What is this? This is a workflow. Moving from one state to another state is a workflow. Okay, so in the previous versions of Azure DevOps, like a TFS or something, it was very difficult to do this customization. So I have to install some extensions into my Visual Studio or extensions into Eclipse and start. Of course, TFS doesn't support Eclipse. I'm sorry, Java, only .NET. I have to install some extensions to Visual Studio and start doing this customization. Now everything is from the UI. We'll show tomorrow. We can change it, we can update it, we can add additional things as well. Okay, and the rules. Not only changing the layout of your templates and not only adding the states, you can also apply some rules as well. The rules will be like this: automation of your work item, I would say. Okay, what are those rules? Let us say you go to any one of your work items. And let us say people started adding sorry, this hasn't been updated. Let's update it to something. Okay, people do something here, some operation here. Okay, and you wanted to send some email notification, or you want to update some other field here automatically. Okay, that automatic, let us say somebody did something, I want to update my description box. Hey, something is updated, so I can add some text to the description box automatically. Okay, that can be done by using your your rules. So how do you go there? I'm going again. You go to any work item, on the top right hand side you see these three buttons, I mean three dots. Go to the customize. We'll talk to the, you will be taken to the organization settings process, and you will see the task template here. Okay, and this is for the online travel organization and Scrum methodology. You see it is clubbed here. If you go back, go to the parent, you will see all the templates. Task, product backlog item. You can change anything. I want to customize this product backlog. Right click, edit. Sorry. Open this. It will open the layout, states, rules, and then I will go and add a new role. But I will do it tomorrow. Tomorrow what we do? We will add some new states. We will change the layout, and we apply all these three different customizations to your template. This is a advanced level in your boards. Okay, and you can also get some extensions or plugins from the marketplace as well. So this is another item. Throughout the Azure DevOps, you will be using extensions for your CI/CD or boards or repos or anything. We'll cover it tomorrow, guys. So any doubts that you have, anything you would like me to cover as part of this one, which I am not doing now. Okay, please zoom. Okay, I zoom out because that style was not visible for me. Sorry for that. I will do it again later.
No problem. Purna, I have a query.
Ah,
In
yeah,
Azure
please.
DevOps portal, this portal, what is
Mm-hmm.
the role difference between project manager or DevOps engineer or development team?
Okay.
What is the role here? What is the
So,
project manager going to do here? What is we are going to do here?
okay, as a DevOps engineer, you are the admin for this portal. Okay, you will do access permissions. You will provide the access permissions to the different team members, including your project manager. Okay, and then so what teams to be created, etc., will be given by the project manager, but you will create it. And the sprint dates, etc., will be given by the project manager, but you will configure it. And when it comes to the work items, these will be entered by the business analyst or the project manager, but you give access to them, right? As a contributor, they will go and enter all those requirements in the initial stage. Okay, and you will help them in this capacity planning, etc. There are two reasons. One, they don't know Azure DevOps, or they know it, but they may ask you to do it because you are admin. Okay, couple of scenarios. Okay, and also you will customize these templates for them as per their requirement, the team's requirement. That is one thing. And nobody will have the admin privileges other than your DevOps team, including the project manager. He will not be able to add users or doing anything. He will do it. Okay. And for that, you have the groups defined, right? You have the default groups. So when you go to any projects, okay, let me go to any project. I haven't come to the details of your security permissions because we just started. So if you go to this permissions, you already have the defined groups. And when we are adding a user, we are adding that user to the contributor group, right? Okay. And if you look at the contributor group, it will have some default permissions set up. Okay. Across all your areas for the boards and general, etc. These are some default permissions set. Okay. Let us say if anyone is part of your contributor group, he will not be able to delete a team project. It is not set. Not set means it is not. Allow, deny or not set. Not set is nothing but not available. Okay. And if and look at the same rules, what he can do. Delete and restore work items is allowed by a contributor because these are the work items, right? He can delete or something. And you see, move work items out of this project means if you are a developer, you will not be able to move this work item from this project to another project. You cannot do that. That's the reason it is not set. Okay. Likewise, you have some rules set up as part of each and every default group. For suppose you think that these rules are not making sense for your team, group of members, or a particular individual, then what you can do, you can go and create your own group and set all the permissions however you require. But don't change these default groups because the default groups are being used by many other projects within your organizations as well. You want to do any customization, create another group and add permissions, whatever you require. Okay, this is where you define the permissions for different group members. And as for your question, your project manager will not be able to do any such these kind of things in your Azure DevOps portal. You are the person who can manage everything. So what he will do as part of each and every SDLC in the planning phase, he will coordinate with each and everyone for this sprint planning, etc. He is a moderator. Then people will do the planning and probably he will be entering all these details like, remaining hours or effort, etc. And then assigning that from the drop down to the people. He will be doing it as part of the planning phase. Okay, but he will not be able to delete the project. And when it comes to the code management, like Azure repos, again, he will just be looking at, he will be not doing any updates to the code because he is not doing. But if your project manager is a hands-on guy who would do the development as well, which is very unlikely, he can still go and do it. But anyways, he is the owner, right? Generally, we will give the edit permission on all of the activities, but he will not contribute. When it comes to the CI/CD, again, what we will do, we will give him only execute permissions, not the configure permissions. Execute means the CI/CD pipeline will be created by the DevOps people, but these guys, like any other person other than your DevOps team, will be able to only execute the job, which is nothing but your release pipeline or build pipeline. These are the some differentiations. So I just want to cover them as we move through.
Sure, dear, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, does it make sense? Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you, dear. Thank you. Yes.
No problem. So all the permissions will be here. Okay. The groups, these are the default groups. Thumb rule, never change the settings in the default group. You want a new group with a different settings, create another group, which is a custom group. You name whatever you want. Okay. Anything else from anyone? Okay, guys. Then that's it for today. So it takes tomorrow and day after tomorrow to complete these boards with the complete options. What else we have here, and then we can go to the Azure repos. Is the coding phase. So we talk about
Purna,
all the SC. Yeah.
Purna, I missed the Friday class, so I want that recording so that I can go through that.
Yeah, I'll be giving access. I already uploaded the videos. Okay, I'll upload this video as well. All I need is your Gmail ID. Okay.
Yeah, already I think you have my Gmail ID.
So that is the one. Yeah, I have your email ID.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if that is the one, I'll provide access to that. You will get an email. Okay.
Okay.
Ravi, you can also give your email ID, right?
Sure, Purna. I'll do.
Gmail ID. Either
Yeah.
you can paste it here or you can email any one of these. So basically, since my earlier subscription is expired, I am uploading all these videos to my YouTube channel, which is private. Okay, it is only by invitation. So I'll give access to all of you guys. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Purna.
Thank you, guys. We'll catch up tomorrow again. Okay.
Bye,
With all
Purna.
this customization. Thank you. Bye.